Welcome, little dreamers, to the Night Owl Tales, where every story sparkles beneath the stars. Tonight, deep in the heart of the whispering woods, the moonlight shimmers over tiny mushroom homes, and a fairy named Mira, smaller than a dewdrop, will prove that even the tiniest heart can face the fiercest storm. So snuggle in, close your eyes, and let the magic begin. This is the story of Mira, the tiny fairy, and the storm. Deep in the heart of the whispering woods stood a round, red mushroom with little white spots on top. Beneath its cozy cap lived a tiny fairy named Mira. She was smaller than a dewdrop and lighter than a feather, with silver wings that sparkled softly in the moonlight. Mira loved her home. Her mushroom had a door made of bark, windows shaped like hearts, and a chimney that puffed out the scent of honey and lavender. But still, she sometimes sighed and whispered to herself, "Is greater than I'm too small to do anything important." Every night, she watched other fairies fly above the trees. The glow fairies lit up the fireflies, the breeze fairies guided the wind, and the petal fairies painted the flowers for morning. Mira wished she had a grand job like them, but all she did was tidy her little mushroom house and water the moss garden outside. One evening, as twilight wrapped the forest in silver, dark clouds began to roll in. The whispering trees grew quiet. The sky rumbled softly at first, then louder, then boom! The storm had arrived. Rain poured down in silvery sheets. The river began to swell, and streams of water ran between the roots of the trees, heading straight for the fairy village. The fairies rushed to secure their flower homes, but the tiny mushroom houses in the lower meadow were in danger of being washed away. Mira peeked outside and gasped her friends' mushroom homes were wobbling in the rushing water. Without a thought, Mira zipped outside, her wings fluttering fast against the wind. "Is greater than, hold on," she cried. "I'll help you." She darted between raindrops, tying spider silk ropes around the mushroom stems, anchoring them to sturdy roots. The bigger fairies tried to help, but the winds were too strong for their larger wings. Mira, being so small, could dart between gusts and slip under leaves where others couldn't. When she finished tying the last mushroom, she noticed a baby glow bug clinging to a blade of grass, its light flickering weakly. Mira scooped it into her hands and tucked it into the warmth of her pocket. Then, exhausted but determined, she guided the frightened fairies to safety beneath a giant toadstool. The storm roared and rumbled through the night, but the little mushroom homes stayed safe, every one of them. When morning came, the sun peeked over the horizon, painting the raindrops gold. The fairy queen herself came to see the village. She looked at Mira's silk ropes, the saved mushrooms, and the happy fairies, and smiled. "Is greater than who saved the meadow?" asked the queen. All the fairies pointed at Mira. The queen's eyes twinkled. "Is greater than. You may be small, little one," she said, "but your heart is larger than any storm." From that day on, Mira was named Keeper of the Meadow, and every spring she taught new fairies how to tie strong silk ropes and care for the mushroom homes. And on quiet nights, when the stars twinkled above her mushroom house, Mira would whisper softly, "Is greater than small things can do mighty deeds." Then she'd curl up under her petal blanket, the glow bug sleeping beside her, and drift into the sweetest dreams. And so, under the quiet stars, Mira drifts to sleep, her heart as bright as her wings. Even the smallest fairy can make the biggest difference. The end. Thank you for dreaming with us tonight, here at the Night Owl Tales. If you enjoyed the magic, tap the moon below to join our cozy family of dreamers. Sleep well, little ones, until the next tale begins.
Good night, little dreamers. The Night Owl Tales.